Hello everyone, and welcome to Friday Flicks, the library's movie discussion group. Our title for today, November 27th, is Star Trek IV: The Voyage Home. This is a friendly spoiler warning for everyone. Discussion past this point and in the comment section of the posted video will contain spoilers for the film. If you haven't watched it yet, copies are available to view through the Hoopla database. This was the fourth film to feature the cast of Star Trek: The Original Series and was released in 1986 to coincide with the 20th anniversary of the show. The film was dedicated to the crew members of the Space Shuttle Challenger who had been killed in January of 1986 when the shuttle exploded shortly after its launch. This film was very well received, a critical and box office hit, and is credited with having broad appeal not only for fans of the Star Trek franchise, but for general moviegoers as well. Directed by Leonard Nimoy, this was the first Star Trek film to be shown in the Soviet Union as part of a World Wildlife Fund event. The film opens when the starship USS Saratoga encounters an alien probe broadcasting an incomprehensible message. The probe is on a course towards Earth, ignores all attempts to communicate with it, and quickly drains the power of anything in its path, leaving ships and stations adrift in space. Once the probe reaches Earth, it directs its message into the ocean as cataclysmic storms begin to ravage the planet, cloud cover blocks out the sun, and power quickly drains from all facilities. Meanwhile, the crew of the Enterprise is on their way back to Earth in a Klingon bird of prey when they receive the Federation President's message to all ships to avoid Earth and our solar system at all costs to protect themselves from the probe. After analyzing the probe's message, they determine it is actually humpback whale song, a species that's long extinct in the Star Trek universe. By slingshotting around the sun, the crew travels back in time to 1986 to retrieve whales and bring them back into the 23rd century to answer the probe's call. After arriving in 1986, the crew works to acquire both George and Gracie, a pair of humpbacked whales from an aquarium, and nuclear materials from the naval base at Alameda in order to repower their ship and allow them to make the journey home. Through it all, they must contend with not only strange and unfamiliar technology, but a human culture that is strange and unfamiliar as well. In the end, with the help of marine biologist Gillian Taylor, a whale expert at the Cetacean Institute, and George and Gracie's caregiver, they are able to safely obtain the whales and bring them into the 23rd century. Dr. Taylor comes with them on their trip in order to provide her expertise to the new whales in their new home. As a fun bit of trivia, this could have been a very different movie, as originally the script had Eddie Murphy playing a professor who spots the Enterprise decloaking over the Super Bowl. While most people believe it is part of the halftime show, Murphy's character believes that this is a real UFO. However, Paramount did decline the script, and after rewrites, we received the version we all know and love today. I greatly enjoyed this movie, and it is one of my all-time favorite Star Trek films, behind only The Wrath of Khan and Star Trek VI: The Undiscovered Country. Though it does point out the evils that mankind is capable of perpetuating on the planet, it also shows that there is a great deal of hope for our future. In both the 20th and the 23rd century, there are people who are willing to risk everything they have in order to try and preserve the planet. As Spock states in the movie, to hunt a species to extinction is illogical, and he is correct. Even if our future does not hold interstellar travel, being able to slingshot around the sun to travel through time, we still do have a responsibility to protect our planet and the species that reside with us on it. This film holds so many great memories for me, watching it with family and friends, and it's one I'll return to throughout the years. However, these are just my thoughts, and I want to know what you guys think. Was Star Trek IV a favorite of my fellow Trekkies out there? Or did it introduce someone to the franchise for the very first time? If you were not familiar with Star Trek, were you put off by the plots involving technology and aliens, or did you find it easy to relate to and still have a great time with the film? Please share your thoughts in the comments on this video. I can't wait to hear what everyone thought. And stay tuned to this library's social media and website for more upcoming great programs. We've got a lot scheduled in the coming months, including tutorials, Friday flicks, story times, and more. See you then!